the manuscripts like the Canterbury Roll are often very fragile objects that we need to be very careful about accessing and handling. So digitisation, although it's not a replacement for inspecting the physical object, it's really great and allows researchers to see and read and use that manuscript in lots of ways. And it means that we can use a manuscript for teaching.
Well, the first thing I did as an historian was approach my colleagues in the University of Canterbury Arts Digital Lab. They have a degree of expertise with this. They've worked on a number of large-scale projects, and together through a conversation we looked at the best approach to digitising manuscripts.
We create digital images of the manuscript as high resolution as possible. And we can put those online, but we also want to transcribe, and in this case this is a Latin text, so we want to translate the text, and it's important for scholars to be able to see that transcription and translation in some easy to use way. Digital editions allow us to do that. We can also we can add as much additional annotation and, for instance, links to further resources or commentary or additional layers of scholarly interpretation, and those can sit alongside the transcript and translation in ways that couldn't really be achieved with a print publication. Behind all of that we have sets of standards and guidelines for adding and organising all that information, essentially. So the Text Encoding Initiative, which has been around since 1987 and has included medieval manuscript transcription as an important part of it. And so that provides some standards that other scholars will understand, and that is relatively easy to work with software as well.
The Text Encoding Initiative has a number of rules, a number of approaches to digitising manuscripts. So we took those, adapted and modified them and applied them to digitising our roll. In order to solve the problem, though, of how we produced a scrollable roll, we went to OpenSeaDragon software. Now that enabled us to take 42 high-resolution images, tile them, run them together, and create a smooth version of the roll that you could view over a basic standard internet connection. We've taken a number of approaches. From an editorial perspective, we've adopted a zoned approach. The zoned approach means that you can look at any roundel or any paragraph in any order, but importantly from a humanities perspective, you can still reference it, much as you would any reference.
We use a Java based web framework, and we've been able to use make use of some great new open source software. There's an image library that we use that allows really great kind of close zooming and panning and interaction with the image, and we use the kind of the TEI Text Encoding Initiative markup that's applied, and turn that into web pages so that we can view and read and switch between different views of the text. So that digital edition really becomes a website that anyone can visit. It's open, it's freely available for people around the world to view.